Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
So, I am Charmy in Villajos together with my partner.
I am Gutierrez.
So, we are here in front of you, ma'am, to conduct an interview about the components of instructional planning. So, first, before proceed to our main questions, we would like also to know your personal information, such as your name, your age, or how many years did you teach in that school, or how was your experience in teaching. So first, ma'am, can you please introduce yourself?
I am Mrs. Belinda A. Tronsona. I am 47 years old. I am 24 years in the service of the Department of Education.
So, what name of the school did you teach
I
right
am
now,
assigned
ma'am?
in Dominguez Central Elementary School, SSAS,
Oh,
teaching
alright.
grade 1.
So, in teaching in Dominguez Elementary School, ma'am, how was your experience there?
I've encountered a lot of behavior of pupils, how I adjust to the different behaviors of the pupils, especially katong mga badlungon, na naka-experience na ko na ang sawang pag-handle nila.
Is it for you, ma'am? Is it challenging to teach an elementary pupils?
There are a lot of challenges in handling especially grade 1 or lower grades because in that stage, pupils tend to show their misbehavior, mga kiyatayo, daghan kayo mga bully, daghan kayo mga sipat, especially sa lower grades.
In that situation, ma'am, did you overcome those challenges in teaching?
Yes, I've learned a lot of strategies in handling misbehavior of pupils through different seminars, mga trainings, na nandun na, nagpapanandun na, sa pag-adjust sa mga kuhan. Ano na yun ba, adjustment towards behavior of the pupils. Sa pagkanang takol, sa pag-attack, nga kuhan sila, mag-behave in a proper way.
All right, ma'am. Thank you so much for sharing your personal information or your experience in that school. So now let's proceed to the main questions that we would like to ask you. So now, ma'am, these are my questions. So the first questions, what do you think are the components of instructional planning in teaching, ma'am?
There are components of instructional planning in teaching. First is what to teach, second is how to teach, and the third is the realistic components of instructional planning are what to teach, and that is the subject matter, how to teach, and that is the strategy the teacher is employing in the lesson, and the third one is the realistic expectations of learning.
All right, thank you so much, ma'am. Now, the second questions, ma'am, what do you think are the most important components in instructional planning?
For me, the most important thing or the important component of instructional planning is how to teach.
Why do you choose that components, ma'am?
How to teach the children is how you employ or how you use different teaching strategies and techniques in teaching na makasabot yun ang mga bata na ang learning na ma-instill din silang mind, then practice nila, then kasabot yun sila, they will be able to understand the lesson fully.
Yes, that's true. Okay, ma'am. Now, what do you think are the different strategies of teaching?
For me, there are a lot of strategies that the teacher can use in teaching. In grade 1, I usually use explicit teaching. Explicit teaching is spoon feeding of learning, what the lessons you have teach to the children. Imurang hungit na hungit. Then vocabulary building for their comprehension build up in learning. Then there are a lot more inductive method. Let pupils engage, explore, then empathize, then experiment what the learning they are going to achieve.
Yes, ma'am, it is true, no, na if you use those strategies, those students could develop their skills, or they would also improve their skills. Then by that learning, they will madadala nila yun sa paglaki nila hanggang sa mag high school na sila, mag college. All right, ma'am. So that's all. Yun lang po mga tanong namin. Maraming salamat.
And you're welcome.
So, hi guys, good afternoon, and good afternoon to you, ma'am.
Yes, good afternoon.
So, by the way, I am Gutierrez, and I am here to conduct an interview about the components of instructional planning. But first, I would like to know some personal information about you, just like your name and what name of the school did you teach, and how many years did you teach in that school, and lastly, your personal experience.
Hi, by the way, I am Maria Cristel Villaganas de Gracia. I am teaching presently at Domingo Regional High School, Sinunok Extension. Now, sa Sinunok, then may personal experience.
Yes.
Dili siya makaingon nga good, di po siya makaingon nga bad. So, normal lang ang akong describe sa akong experience as a teacher kay nganuman. Sa site pa lang akong pag-aadtuan, kuan gid struggle ang dalan, maligid. Dayon kanang magatumba sa motor, mga piang, pero okay ra jud kaayo. Ang importante nga inikabot sa school ang mga bata, open arms kaayo inikabot nako kanang bitong no need na ko nga mag-istorya nila kung sa ilang buhaton. They know already what they are going to do para ma-impress ko nila. Dayon, dili man sila matawag na to nga kanang mga genius nga mga bata or mas kuha na to nga kanang mga bata nga dili kita maglisod sa pagtudlo. Pero kaya kay sa teacher basta dunay technique ang teacher og strategy nga kanang muhaom pud sa kapasidad sa mga bata, labi na nga bata nga sa kabukiran nga kinahanglan dili ta magtaas og standard kaayo kay dili man sila makasabot. Dapat kabaluta unsaon nato sila pag level sa ilahang mga mindset nga kani nga technique, kani nga strategy, kani nga method sakar ni sa ilahang kapasidad. Og sa ingon ni ana malipayon ka at the end of the day kay nganuman nakasabot ang mga bata nimo, nakasabot dagkukuha sa quiz kay dili man ka usa ka teacher nga imong dalon ang imong pagsyudad didto nga mga methods. So ang methods nga akong gigamit is methods nga kuan nila kanang haom pud sa ilaha.
Okay, so that's good to hear naman, ma'am. So, di jud dahil lalim na mag-teacher ka kay except sa kanang subject matter na imuhang i-discuss nila. So, magunaw na po kag unsay mga strategy or procedure na imong gamiton para maka-learn sila sa imong discussion. So, my first question, ma'am, is what are the components of instructional planning?
For me, these are the components of instructional planning for teaching. So, I guess these three are very important and common to us. What to teach, how to teach, and communicating realistic expectations.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. And for you, ma'am, what do you think are the most important component of instructional planning?
For me, these three components of instructional planning in teaching are very important. But since you asked me the most important, then I will go for how to teach, which primarily about the procedure and method.
Okay, so you choose the deciding how to teach or the procedure or methods on teaching. And why do you say so?
Ingon ani man gud ni siya. Kung teacher ka, then you already have this subject matter but wala ka kabalo kung unsaon pag-deliver o wala pug ka nakadiagnose kung unsa ang mga pangutok sa imong mga bata o unsa ang ilang kaya nga mabuhat. O so kung na kay subject matter unya wala ka kabalo unsaon pag-deliver, then your subject matter now is useless. Then, kung mag-expect pud ta og realistic communication, unya atong method or procedure sa pagtudlo, wala na haom sa individual differences sa mga bata, then it is lifeless. Lifeless ang imuhang pagtudlo. Then for me, dapat as a teacher, we should plan first the strategies and techniques in teaching. The subject matter that best suit to individual differences of our students so that holistically we can implement this communicating realistic expectations in every corner of our room. Dayon ang impact man gud ana kung ingon ana ang atong buhaton ahead of time. So magplano ta nga kani dapat unahon ako ni kay dali naman kaayo pagbuhat og kanang procedure og methods kung ang impact manggod ani ingon ana kung kabalo ka unsaon pagtudlo sayo na kaayo nimo pag kanang pag chap-chap sa subject matter. Then sayon ra pud kay nimo pag-communicate sa mga bata nga ang mga bata kana maka-interact bitaw sila nimo. Kung ang imong kuanon, ang imong i-consider kaning how to teach, kana bitaw magplano ka nga kani murag bibo ang mga bata ani. Labi na karon millennial na mga bata. Dili sila ganan og conventional. Gusto nila communicative approach. So mauna nga kitang mga teacher dapat learner centered ta. Dili kay teacher centered. Kay og teacher centered ang mga bata wala kay na sila kuan may matulog ra na sila. Muna nga dapat you know how to teach para kanang ikaw mismo si teacher kabalo ka unsaon nimo pagdala ang mga bata sa imong classroom nga inig kahapon malipayon kay kamuuli kay kabalo ka nga wow sakto kayo ang akong pag-implement sa methods, sa procedure. Kay ang mga bata, walay gaduka, walay natulog, og dunay mga participation nga gikan nila. Og yun ana, manggutang nga teacher. Grabe, murag ta gibayo sa kalangitan. Kay kung mag-teach ta, sa atong gusto nga wala nato gi-consider ang atong mga bata inig uli sa balay agoy inig check nimo sa ilang quizzes Ginoo ko naunsan man ni nganong makakuha rag 2-0 pang uban subot pasabot ang imong technique dinhi sa how to teach wala siya nahaom sa mga bata dili kaya sa ilang pangutok mo nang dapat as a teacher we know how to teach mao gina ang pinaka the best technique nga ikaw usa ka ma-consider ka nga kanang prosper ang imuhang school year.
Okay, so thank you for your sa oras mo ma'am na na-interview tika and sa imong information na naka-learn pud ko.
You're welcome. Then pagtarong jud eskwela.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon. So, for you, sir, what do you think are the components of instructional planning in teaching? Okay, sir. Then why did you choose that, sir? That components of instructional planning.
My name is Jobic L. Gutierrez. 5 years in teaching. I teach at Dumingag Speed Center. I teach grade 6 pupil. The components of instructional planning are what to teach, how to teach, and assessment. For me, the most important components of instructional planning are the objectives. It should align or coincide the objectives in order to reach or achieve those goals to my learners. With the lesson objectives, it is my guide and the lesson you are going to teach and the procedures or method in teaching you would use.
Thank you so much, sir, for letting us